Not even from a paranormal aspect, but if there's just like someone living there, like whispering into the monitor, like you guys should kind of be on alert there. What's up, Rad fam? We are back again with some more scary stories. I feel like it's been a minute since we dived into like occupational scary stories, which I find very scary. But today we are focusing on some babysitter, scary, paranormal, unexplainable things that have happened to people who have been paid to watch other people's kids. So let's get to it. This one is called The Crib Shadow, and based off of that title alone, no thank you. I was babysitting my niece once while I was staying at my brother's place, and they had the baby camera set up so I could see her on the little TV it came with. Oh gosh, there's some really creepy pictures of that stuff out on the internet. I was studying and started dozing off when I heard some whispering and realized it was coming from the monitor. Literally gave me goosebumps within the first 10 seconds of the story. We're off to a great start. I initially thought it was some feedback or something, but when I looked at the TV, there was a dark shadow near my niece's crib. I have never been more terrified in my entire life. But the shadow was clearly there where it had not been before. I ran to my niece's room and looked around and saw nothing. But I took her out of there. I went back to the TV and the shadow was clearly gone. I keep looking at my viewfinder expecting to see a shadow behind me. I told my brother what happened and he pulled me aside and told me not to mention it to my sister-in-law because she'll freak out, understandably. But that he had seen the same thing several times now with the same whispering. Okay, this is too creepy. Tell your sister-in-law, tell your wife, like what the heck? Not even from a paranormal aspect, but if there's just like someone living there, like whispering into the monitor, like you guys should kind of be on alert there. Oh, what a terrible shock to wake up and see that in the middle of the night, right? Like, oh, no, thank you. I would not want my kid to sleep in there. They stayed in that house for about 4 more years? I mean, I guess if you have to. And when my niece was just learning to talk, she would tell her mom about her special friend. To this day, it scares the poop out of me. Me too, girl. When they moved out, my brother told me my niece had become inconsolably sad because she would miss her friend. Her mother would tell her she could bring him along, but all she would say was that he couldn't leave the house. We have never, to this day, told her about that darn shadow, and she apparently never saw it. I mean, once if she did see it, but was doing the same thing to you guys because she thought you guys would be afraid of it too. I mean, I come from a standpoint where I don't like to keep secrets. I don't like to keep anything to myself. I'm very much a sharer and probably an oversharer at that, to be honest. Yeah, there's no way in heck I'm thinking my house is haunted and keeping it from everybody that enters my house. I would literally like bring people in and be like, hey guys, my house is haunted, but you know, you can have a seat on the couch and I'll get you a drink of water. Can't relate, honestly. I understand though, if you think something creepy is happening, you try to like brush it off. I mean, that's something I think all of us do. Whether you believe that this is actually like a paranormal event or not, I mean, just the idea that a stranger is in your kid's room is so terrifying. Why do you think the mom didn't see it though? That's a little interesting. This one is called The Man with the Black Eyes. And, you know, I have a feeling it's not because the person was like punched in both eyes. I have a feeling it's actually the eyes. Oh my gosh, I'm so like freaked out right now. Talking about ghosts, it's just too spooky for me. When I was a teenager, I used to babysit my cousin, Alyssa. She was little, maybe almost 2 years old, but maybe a little older, old enough to say a few sentences. Oh, she's gonna say something creepy, isn't she? I'm giving her a bath before bed when she looks out into the hallway and gets a terrified look on her face and starts crying. Oh, me too, girl. At this moment, my aunt's Pomeranian starts going absolutely nuts, barking and growling into the hallway. No, literally, nah, dog. Like that, yeah, dog. I get freaked out when I'm home alone and my dog starts barking, and I literally like do checks around the house, because I'm afraid someone's gonna break in. Oh yeah, no. The atmosphere in the room became uncomfortable, and I started getting really scared. I took her downstairs to the 3rd floor in the townhouse to try and calm her down. I need some calming down. I asked her what was wrong, and she said something along the lines of, the man with the black eyes was there. When I continued to pry, she looked up at the 2nd floor stairs. The goosebumps are real, y'all. Her eyes getting big and looked at me, bringing her finger up to her mouth and said, shh, while shaking her head no. I like kids. These Reddit stories make me not. I just feel like next time I'm around a kid, it's going to be really hard not to think of how creepy they can be. The last one we are covering today is called The Witch is Here. These titles, man, they really set the mood. Okay, so I was babysitting a 2-month-old, who was my niece, and a 5-year-old, my other niece, at my house. Oh, girl, your house can be haunted. The 5-year-old was sleeping in my mom's room right across from the baby's room. I was laying in bed in the baby's room, and it's like about midnight at this time. All of a sudden, my 5-year-old niece starts screaming from across the hallway. Oh my God, I literally just got like a shiver down my spine mid-sentence. I jump out of bed and find her sitting upright in her bed with her eyes closed as if she's still sleeping. Oh my God, little goosebumps. And she's pointing in the corner saying the witch is here. See what I said about kids being too creepy? Like, how can you not think of this when there's kids around? I am not brave. I am not brave enough to handle this. I'm deucing out of there. Kids on their own. And then continues to scream, the witch is here, the witch is here, the witch is here. I lay her back down. Why? Okay, you know, how? I would be into hysterics at this point. But I lay her back down and she lays down as if nothing had just happened. When I walk back to the baby's room, she's sitting up and playing patty cake and looking up in the corner of the ceiling. There's either something creepy about this house or those kids brought something with them. This is like Paranormal Activity. I've seen the franchise. There's a demon attached to these kids. How does a 2-month-old know how to play patty cake? I have no idea, and it freaked me out. 2 months old, that's really young. A 2-month-old can't even sit up. Are they even able to like function? Are a 2-month-old able to like clap their hands and play patty cake? I feel like that's too young. 2 months? No, that's an infant. That is like a tiny itty bitty baby. What the heck? Oh, that's some freaky stuff right there. Paranormal stuff. Like, but what do you think it is? Is it her house? Which I would think if it's her house, she would have mentioned that her house had creepy things, but it seems like it's attached to these two. Or is it the 2 kids were able to pick up something that's going on in the house? Either way, no, not for me. Leaving, moving, bye. Well, that was a big old dose of nightmare fuel for me. I hope it was for y'all too. And if it was, please give this video a big thumbs up so I know you liked it and want to hear more scary stories like this. And if you have an idea for more scary stories that we should cover, job related or not, leave it down in the comments below and it might get made into a video. And until next time, keep up the radness and try not to get scared out by little kids. Bye. But seriously, so creepy.